out of the way. I've already cleansed and moisturized my skin, which is super, super important. And now on to priming. I tend to focus my priming mostly in my problem areas, which I feel in my problem areas, you know, the dreaded T-zone. I have pretty large pores, so I try to find primers that'll help my makeup stay on all day, but also fill in my pores. I've been trying out this Estee Lauder Edit pore vanishing stick, and I might just be, you know, wishful thinking, but I feel like it really helps. I try to get it real in there. I don't necessarily have an 11 yet, but I definitely have a number 1, and it doesn't start, you know, stand for number 1. It stands for, look at this huge line in the middle of my forehead, which I cannot stand. Now this product claims that it's not only good for your pores, but it's also supposed to mattify and keep my skin from getting oily, which is also a problem of mine. And I'm just rubbing it in there. If you see, the outside white part is supposed to be for shine, and the middle is supposed to be the pore filler. And I do work outside mostly, so it has actually helped with the oiliness in my skin. I haven't seen or had to use my blotting papers at all or anything, so that's pretty good. Let's move on to foundation. I've been using the MakeUp Forever Ultra HD. I really like this as well. I find that I don't need to use very much, just a single pump on the back of my hand here. My flat kabuki brush that I load up with my Obsession MAC Fix Plus. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I just kind of tap it and then work it in one section at a time. See, even pin back. Even pin back on getting makeup in my hair. Whatever. Totally fine. I don't care. Don't forget to blend it down your neck and even onto your ear. I know that may sound a little bit strange, but it works. I like using a brush for this as opposed to my beauty blender, which I also love. I feel with the beauty blender I was kind of using too much product that I didn't really need. Blend it up into the hairline. You don't want to see any lines. No lines of demarcation there. And as I said, I do work outside most of the time. So my skin has gotten a little bit of color, even though I try to stay in the shade. So this color I think matches me pretty well. Concealer, still sticking with my Naked Skin Urban Decay. This is in Light Warm. Do a little well-known triangle there. Now, along with moisturizer and primer, I have been using an under eye primer. I don't know if it helps. You know, I might just be tricking my mind and saying, oh yeah, it works, but I don't know. It's by e.l.f. I think it's only a few dollars. But, oh, here it is. e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer. So far so good. I think it's helping me with the creasing under my eyes, which I can't stand, by the way. Damp, clean beauty blender. Ooh. Again, my favorite. Fix Plus on there. Beauty blender for sure I like using for concealer. It just really presses it in, distributes it how I want it. Now sometimes this will happen, and if you can see that build up there, I'll just take a little brush like this, just a little spritz of the Fix Plus, and just kind of work it in. Can you see? Just blends it in a little bit more. Especially, I don't know if you can hear it, I apologize if you can. I have a fan going on, blowing in my face because these lights are super bright, but they're also super hot. So I'm not trying to sweat on camera. That also makes the products on my face like dry a little bit faster. So that's why it might not easily blend out on the ends here. You don't really want to pull on the skin too much if you can help it. So that's why you see me pouncing and beating on my face basically. I guess that's why they call it your face is beat, because you're literally beating your face with this stuff. So let's add some dimension. I'm going to use Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette, which I love. As you can see, these highlighting powders are almost gone. I'm going to use those to set my under eye concealer. I know baking is really popular right now for the under eyes, and when I see it on other people, you know, it looks great, but yeah, Mama tried that and it does not look cute on this face. I bake in the kitchen and that's pretty much it. I just, it doesn't work for me. I wish it did. It looks gorgeous, but no, it doesn't work for me. So I've accepted that and I just set it with a little bit of the powder. That's the best I can do. Because that baking was making me look, woo, like I put baking flour on under my eyes and it would show all the wrinkles and the no thank you, not for me, not for me. Jealous of those of you that can. I'm gonna take the dual Kat Von D brush, this one for the contour. I'm gonna add a little dimension to this face. I'm gonna cut that cheek, cut it, contour that face. I kind of drag it up the side here, kind of into the waterline, temple. I know it looks a little harsh now, but we're gonna blend that out, I promise. Give Mama them cheekbones. They're under there somewhere. They're under there somewhere. I'm just bringing them out. Show yourself. Now I'm going to take just a tad bit of the darker and just kind of work it down. I'm going to cut that jaw, girl, cut it. Get rid of that gobble. I am not a fan of the turkey neck. I love turkey. Not the neck though. Even when I was skinny though, back in the day, back in them days, I always had a round face, so I'm kind of used to the fuller face, but it's just getting out of control now. If I gain 2 pounds, it's all like in my cheeks, and that is not appreciated. But I think the round face makes me look younger than I am, so I guess I can't complain too much. Now without any real extra product, I'm just going to take like a fluffy brush and just buff out that line once again. You don't want to, I say cut, but you don't want it that sharp, you know what I'm saying? You don't want it that sharp, you don't want to be like, ooh girl, that contour got away from you. No. So again, just kind of buff. Buff. No such thing as over blending, in my opinion. I'm going to use this angled foundation brush again. I'm not using it for that. You can use your tools however you want or need to use them. I use it, I like the shape of it to kind of get the contours of my nose here. See how it's kind of shaped in the way that I want to go anyway, so I think it's perfect. So not too much product, and you want to go right in the hollow of your eye socket there and kind of drag it along the bridge of your nose. Do you see that? I'm just telling all my secrets now. Now when my people see me, they'll be like, I know what you did. That is not your real nose. You lie. It's my nose. It's just, I'm just emphasizing what I want to emphasize. Now for the center of my nose, I'm going to take, this is a flatter kind of brush. I'm going to dip it in that center banana kind of powder that Kat Von D has in her kit, and I'm just going to go down here. I really don't add extra color to it. I mean, I do sometimes, but we're kind of going for a soft look there. Today, anyway. My version of soft, I don't know. Use the same brush and just kind of highlight the middle of the forehead there. Again, some people put, you know, concealer here, down here, all in the chin. I don't. It tends to kind of separate on my face, and it does not look cute. And you see like all the little cracks and stuff. The same beauty blender, I'm going to tap into some of the lighter powders. Just kind of, see that, clean up that edge just a little bit. Not baking, just kind of emphasizing that little line there. Put some color on them cheeks. Today I'm using, what's it called? Blush Baby by MAC. Now, I don't know if you know the whole 2-finger thing. You kind of don't want it too far in. Kind of use your 2 fingers there to judge, but I've been doing this a million years, so I just kind of eyeball it. Focus on the apples of your cheeks. These little, get them cheeks out. Smile to yourself in the mirror because you're looking cute. See? That's enough of that. Now we're going to do one of my favorite things, which is highlight. Now because I'm going for that kind of fresh, springy, glowy kind of, I'm going to use 2 highlighters. I know. I am not ashamed. 2 highlighters. The first one I'm going to be using is by Laura Mercier. It's called Indiscretion. Indiscretion. I'm trying to be fancy. It's not bronzy, it's not golden, it's like a rose gold, which I really like. And I'm going to use this new brush I got in my Ipsy glam bag. It's by Crown. I don't know what it's called, but look at how cute and fancy it has, like little indentations for your fingers. So I guess you're supposed to use it like this, but I'm probably not. I'm going to use it like this. What? Yeah, whatever. And just the duo fiber, which I love. I'm going to tap in there. You kind of want to go on the high point where your apple kind of goes up. You see what I mean? Like, smile. And just, ooh, girl, look at, ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot how much I love this highlight. See that there? Just little angel kisses on your cheeks. Little pixie wishes and dreams on your face. See how cute? And because of the rose gold, it kind of almost like blends into the blush that you applied. It's not just like, hey, nice blush, boom, line of highlighter, which I like. It kind of blends in. Now the second one I'm going to be using is by Becca, and it's Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill, which I love. I'm not gonna lie, I bought it because I love Jaclyn. but it broke, so I can't show it to you. But you out there in the world know what Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop looks like. So I'm going to dip this fan brush in oh so carefully because it's broken. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to look at it. Don't look at it. It's sad. Oh, it's sad. Don't look. Close your eyes. Alright. I tap that on top. You see that? Just that little whoo, whoo. That's fairy dust right there. Fairy dust. Hello. Look at that. Look at this. Look. Oh, oh my gosh. You don't need very much. You don't need very much. Says the girl that put on 2 highlighters. You don't need very much. But you know what I mean. Yep. I prefer my highlight to be visible from space, if you know what I'm saying. Look at that. I'm not. Again, you know, do what you want. Once you put all the face products and powders and stuff, I just spray a little MAC Fix Plus from Prime, you know. You know that though. Let that dry a bit. I'm going to move on to my eyebrows, I think, because I see myself in the mirror and I'm looking kind of crazy with no eyebrows. My apologies. Don't be frightened. I'm going to be using Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. And I also use the Brow Powder Duo. And this one happens to be in caramel. This was when my hair was lighter. But I just use the darker powder mostly now, along with the dip brow. Now the dip brow can be a bit strong for some. Not for me because I'm strong. No, not really. And I kind of tap in, and then I use a cap and kind of press it in to the brush. This brush, oh gosh, it's a MAC. I can't even tell what it is anymore. I'm so sorry. I want to say 233, but I could be wrong. It's been rubbed off. It's been well loved. There's a meme out there which I can relate to, and it says something like, we all have a favorite eyebrow or whatever it is. My favorite eyebrow is this one. See how it's all cute, whatever. This one's like, oh, I don't know what happened to it. Take, again, use the shape of the brush to do the work. I start very lightly in the beginning. Can you see? Very lightly, and then press a little bit more to get a bit of a more definitive line there. This will basically be my outline. The tail, I will use a bit more dip brow over the powder because I feel my tail is a little bit sparse. I overplucked back in the day, and now they don't grow back. I'm going to use the Brow Wiz, but not the actual pencil itself. I'm going to use a spoolie. So while I do have the pencil, I don't use it all the time. I kind of switch up how I do my eyebrows all the time. Just the spoolie part. This is in soft brown in case anyone's curious. Okay, you guys. Minor mishap. I didn't realize my camera stopped recording. So I had to start over. Take off my eye makeup and start from scratch. We left off on this eyebrow. We're going to continue on this one. I took my vest off, by the way. I was getting hot, so that's why the change. And again on this one, like I said, I feel like this is my favorite eyebrow. I feel like this one requires less work, you know? See how there's this little sparse area right there? I want to make sure I get that with the dip brow, just very lightly. The dip brow is pretty pigmented, so you don't need much and you don't have to press very hard. And then I leave the top portion for switch brushes, 266 MAC for the powder. I fill in the top. I feel that doing it this way helps it look a little bit more natural, like less harsh, you know. I'm not trying to have them Sharpie eyebrows. I'm turning this fan off because it's drying out my contacts. Again, a good trick is to make sure you turn your head. I know that sounds weird, but your eyebrows look different when you look straight ahead than they do when you look to the side. See the profile there? And then when you look down, you can kind of see where I need to fill in a little bit here more so it's even on this side. You may not necessarily notice that if you're just staring straight ahead. Don't judge me. It's all good in the hood. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. Again, you know, you've heard the story, but it's true. Eyebrows are sisters, not twins, so as long as, you know, you're looking from all angles, they kind of look even, you've done the best you can. So there's them brows now. Now I look a little less crazy. Two matching eyebrows. Let's move on to the eyeshadow. I'm gonna start over because I already need it. I'm gonna start by putting on the Primer Soft Ochre paint pot onto my lid. I'm just gonna use the same concealer brush. I'm not too worried about it. I use this as much for color correction as I do for primer, you know. My eyelids are pretty pigmented naturally, like it's a little dark pigmentation on my eyelid. So to make the shadow colors really stand out and be a little bit more vibrant, I use this primer. I'm going to be using exclusively, I think, Anastasia eyeshadows. They're in the Z palette that I got at Sephora during the VIP sale. For my transition color, right above the crease, I'm going to be using Orange Soda. You know, just the regular brush I got from eBay, really. So it doesn't have a name or anything. To the other side. Just kind of buffing, small little windshield wiper motions there. For the lid color, I'm using another matte shade, Anastasia, and it's called Blazing, a pointed, tapered eyeshadow brush. Again, I've already had to do this look, so that's why the brush is dirty. It's got the shadow from before recording. And outside, these shadows are really pigmented. The color payoff is so great on the inside corner as well. I'm going to be doing like a halo. I think that's what they call it, like a halo effect with my eyeshadow. So it's like dark on the outer corners and then lighter on the middle, the inside. And for the middle of my lid, I'll be using this pretty color. It's a shimmer color in Gem. Luxie 223 short shader brush. Just gonna pack that on the brush. And spray it after. I don't know, I just like doing it that way better. You just press it on. kind of want to make sure it touches either side of that darker halo thing you got going. You see how pigmented that is? You really don't need much. Then for the crease, I'm going to use, let's see, Morphe M560. It's a little longer tapered brush. It's pretty pointy, but it's a little bit more dense than some of the other ones I have. Like the crease, I'm going to use matte color ash brown Anastasia. I'm going to go just above where my natural crease is. So that it actually shows up, you know what I mean? And I'm going to take that same fluffy brush that we used for the transition color, but I'm not going to put any more product on it. I'm just going to kind of blend those two together, the transition color and the crease color. Okay. And I'm not going to do a wing today, which is kind of shocking for me. I'm going to first, in my waterline, use this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Muse. It's a darker brown. I feel the brown is kind of comparable to what we used in the crease color. It's not bronzy. It's more like on the ash brown side. Because I feel the sparkle I want to kind of keep to the center of my lid with that color that we used. And just with a flat shader or a push eyeliner brush, really, I'm going to use that crease color, the ash brown, and just kind of tap and blend. I feel it helps set the pencil with the powder. And it makes it a bit easier to kind of smoke out that line there. Now for the upper lid, I'm going to use the same color, Muse. These liners, I mean, they're not going to last, 24/7 like it says, but they are long wearing. But what I like about them is they glide on, like it says, glide on. But they give you a bit of time before it sets to kind of buff it out with the brush, if that's what you want to do, which I do, because again today I'm trying to do like a soft look. And there you go. If you want to touch it up so it's a little bit more vibrant there. You buffed out a little too much, which happened. Okay, now I'm gonna use the same color to tightline. Watching other people tightline kind of freaks me out a little bit, so feel free to avert your eyes if you don't want to see me look like I'm poking myself in the eye, which I assure you I am not. Feel free to look away. Okay, done. You can look back now. I see with that pointed taper, I'm gonna kind of drag the crease a little bit so that what we did to the lash line kind of meets with the crease a little bit. And I'm not going to wear falsies for this look because I am calling it a soft look, and I feel we can just work our natural lashes today. If you notice, I start at the base of the lash and kind of crimp and then release, pull out a little bit. kind of want to move it down the lash. And then a little on the ends, the tips there. And I am going to be using Benefit's Roller Lash. It's my favorite mascara right now. I really try to stay away from, you know, high-end mascaras. I just got it on my finger. For the longest time, I was just like, I couldn't justify spending that much on a mascara. I'm like, really? It's a mascara. Aren't they all the same? Blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, they are not all the same. There are some good drugstore mascaras, I'm not gonna lie, but this just happens to be my favorite go-to mascara at the moment, the Roller Lash. Now it's supposed to curl your lashes, you know, as well. It doesn't do that for me. You know, Mama needs an eyelash curler because my lashes are like stick straight. Like, look at these, you can't even see them. They're so straight. They're like down. No. And I will say, I love the packaging. This, I bought it mostly for the packaging. I know. It's such like a dumb thing, but it's true. Like, look at the, it's supposed to look like the rollers you put in your hair back in the day. At least I used to put in my hair back in the day. I should say my mom put in my hair back in the day. Get this mascara off my hand. And do the other eye. Okay, both eyes are done. And I had to recurl my lashes. I know some people say you're not supposed to do that, but I always have. I mean, I have to. Because mascara, the wetness of mascara makes my lashes go down again, so I always have to recurl them, but nothing's bad has ever happened. So for the inner corner highlight, I'm going to use just a little bit of the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop primer right in the center. It's super, super pigmented. I think it's like perfect for something like this. Again, it's more of a rose goldy champagne kind of color. That's kind of what we're going for today, right? Or I am, I think. And now bang. Now that's, might be a little, whoo. So you get a Q-tip and kind of blend it in a little so it's not so papaya. Does he like it? Then leave it. Our eyes are done. We're gonna go on to the lips. Now I'm gonna line my lips with MAC's, let's see what's this called, Hip and Happy liner. And that's a cool pink. I don't usually wear a lot of cool pink, but it's pretty. I can blend it. Now talking and lining your lips is not the easiest thing in the world. So bear with me. And for the lipstick, I'm going to be using Kat Von D's Lovecraft. It's one of my favorite lipsticks right now. It's a deeper, again, kind of dusty mauve pink. You see how that kind of blends into the liner? I'm going to be using a throwback, old school NARS Turkish Delight. We all remember the craze of Turkish Delight thanks to a Miss Kardashian West, just Kim K at the time. Now the lips are juicy. There we go. I think we are done. My hair has probably gone flat in all this time with this lighting. We will turn the fan back on because it is hot. Got my Khaleesi braids on. Ready for that Game of Thrones? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.